Hey y'all, this is your girl Jade, back with another video, and I hope that you guys take the time to really take all of this in. Alright, this is going to be another beautiful inner child reading done by me. Okay. I do not own the rights to the music playing in this video, y'all. You just turn that down a little bit. And make sure you just support in any way, shape, or fashion that feels right for you. I did, oh wow, is that a fruit fly? Fruit fly, you're gonna die. Anyways, I've been trying to get this fruit fly for a while. If you guys need any of my personal information or Instagram or social media, it's all in the description box. I'm a little overwhelmed too. This is a lot, okay? But Spirit dragged my ass. I went to sleep last night and then Spirit dragged my ass here. And y'all know that I had my setup in the closet, okay? I don't know what that was about. I ain't in the closet about nothing, but I realized maybe I was in the closet just a little bit, a tiny bit, regarding my spirituality. Weird, I don't know. Maybe you guys have been dealing with something like this. Not so much in the closet, but trying to figure out how to fully represent yourself. Okay, we're gonna get into the messages because I don't really know where we're going with that. But anyways, I came out the closet. I said I'm just going to show y'all. I can no longer hide on any level, shape, or form. Okay, I have to shine my light. All right, as the sun is coming up, and I'm a whole Leo, so I really do have to shine, even if people don't like it. If it resonates, let it flow. If it doesn't, let it go, y'all. Okay. Yeah. You could be practicing a lot of stillness at this time. But let me just kind of meditate over the message real quick. Give me a second, y'all. All right. Okay, so some of you guys are traveling. Some of you guys are really sad. I don't know why we're gonna see in the cards, but I picked up on some sadness. Yep. Okay, with this Ace of Swords. Fuck. Some of you guys are traveling, or you're going to be separating from a parent. My condolences if you're actually losing a parent, or this is a parent that you lost in the past. Because that's some heavy ass energy to have to clear out for yourself. Some of you guys had to even maybe break some curses all by yourself with no help. Some of you guys didn't even know y'all parents. Or you knew them, but they weren't really, they were in your life, but they weren't in your life. I think a lot of you guys are just taking authority over your life. It's kind of reminding me of the Tuesday Tarot Tea message that I recently put up. You're taking authority over your life. And this might make, oh wow, some of you guys, there might be a parent who's sad. They're not sad about the fact that you're taking control of your life. They're sad that this is just this point where you grow up now. Because you'll always be their baby, okay? In their eyes, you know. Some of you guys are finally healing your relationship with your parents. Only if it wasn't toxic and it was worth it, though. Only you would know if it's a relationship that's worth healing. I do not condone and I will not enable toxic relationships being continued. If you are struggling to navigate what specific issues you may be dealing with, or even like understanding your own mental health, okay, and the importance of that, and not knowing the value of your peace of mind, or you're lacking some sense of peace of mind in a relationship or a family dynamic or whatever it is, please use the link in my description box to book an inner child reading with me. That is the focus of my readings. I do not do regular love and career readings. I do inner child readings. Okay, y'all? Some of you guys are just, whoa, I didn't even see these cards come out. Did I just pull these out? See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many changes that's happening so quickly, you don't even know what's going on. The Empress with the fucking chariot. Excuse my language. I'm not really supposed to be cursing on these, but I'm gonna curse because that's what I like to do. Okay? I curse, I smoke. I'm sorry, y'all. But my goal is to stop smoking soon, but it is what it is. So, some of you guys, the changes in your life are happening so fast you can't even keep up with it. That's what I'm feeling. Some of you guys are just, you're birthing a new world. You are birthing a new reality, or your feminine energy has healed and has bossed up to this Empress energy, or you finally know what is required of you to stay in this Empress energy, how to maintain and manage this big energy, some type of change where basically you are your own authority, your own, you talk to the God within you, you know what I'm saying? It's no longer like you're checking in with someone outside of you. You are leading by your own wisdom and intuition. You are leading yourself, and that's the only way you can lead. You have to lead yourself. Maybe someone, you guys definitely could have had a toxic parent, even a step parent, but I kind of want to get off this energy because I feel like some of you guys lost a parent, or you no longer have someone in your life right now, or there's a chapter of you growing up. I just heard college. Some of you guys are just traveling, and so it's not bad, but it is in some way necessary. Whatever this time apart, separation, or even ending was, it was something about it was divine, and it's necessary. And it's that time, is what I'm hearing. It's that time. It's someone's time to kind of fly out this birdie nest. Even if you already have, but maybe it's kind of like how I was going through the spiritual closet thing and didn't even realize it. And I was like, wait, I thought I was open with this. And they were like, the universe is like, you sure? And I was like, oh shit, maybe I am not fully where I think I am at. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best. That's, if you don't check in and ask yourself those type of questions, you don't get to see the growth in your own development and see yourself do something you never seen before. People are so scared to do shadow work, but without shadow work, you're unable to tap into your shadow to see all your light. If you are not tapped in with your shadow, you are most likely going to dim your own light. And when you finally get the chance to be close enough to the magnitude of how bright you shine, you might get scared and try to put it out, or let others put it out because you're not familiar with it, and the shadow gets you used to it, okay? Because it's always there, okay? It's like your backup, so you can feel bright enough to go out there. So some of you guys also maybe didn't travel. I didn't really want a message like this, but I guess I have to deliver it. Shout out to my aunt Pet Rover, but we're not gonna listen to this song right now. I don't know if this is masculine or feminine energy. You guys have to flip-flop it as you wish. But what I will try to do is do like a masculine side and a feminine side. We'll do two spreads like how I first started doing the DMDF readings. But then I transformed the journey on my page from my personal experience. I realized all that stuff is just about coming into union with yourself, and then your relationships become like, your life is just, it just becomes a beautiful reflection of all the work that you're doing. And that's what I'm saying. You might be doing work that separates you. allows you to evolve, see different things, do different stuff you never thought you would do before. And maybe you're dealing with people placing things, even parental figures, like the aunties or the big cousins, but the people that, I don't want to say held you back, but because they didn't believe in themselves, they didn't really necessarily know how to put that belief in you as well. Some of you guys, the sadness that you're feeling is whether you're going off to college or you're going off to a new career, you're going into an alliance, I don't know, I almost feel like I want to say alliance. You could be getting into an alliance. That's crazy. But you're getting into alignment. Like I got like brownie stuff in my nail. Hope you guys can see that. Okay. You're getting into alignment with your purpose. So naturally certain things just can't come with, and it may just be that you might just be kind of having like a weird bittersweet, like, damn, why you gotta go this way? But it's like oh my god, two things. Maybe somebody didn't want me to say that shit. That the reason why, oh my god, somebody did not want me to say that. Or you might be gasping, you might be getting like you might be getting news about like a special opportunity or something crazy coming to you that's really beneficial, that's really like gonna make you happy and inspired. And it's like, yeah, that's what I said, you're getting into alignment with your calling, with your purpose, why you're fucking here. Of course it's gonna feel fucking weird, but yeah, I just felt that cough could have been like maybe someone surprised. And then it's like, why am I feeling bad or ashamed for telling you this message? So it's giving me the vibe like someone doesn't want you to know that they love you, they care for you, but maybe not as much as you do, because your advancement is making them sad and a little bitter. Okay, so I hope that they don't stay on that bitter side of things. Like, yeah, following the calling, following the dream, okay, doing what you feel like you're meant to be doing at this time. Why is this not focusing? Yeah, so it's because of your intuition or your ability to just kind of follow what feels right and then be right every time, because you're doing things the godly way, God's way. Shout out to Dolo, the pilot man, you know what I'm saying? So you're just being yourself, and someone might, I think this is a family member, or this is someone that you considered family, you know, or that you consider family. That's why I said it doesn't have to be that bad, but I am getting the vibe that if you're going through some type of major change or upgrade, don't be surprised if you don't actually get like a applaud, or maybe you finally hit a goal, or you finally achieve something, or make a big purchase, or start your business, or do something extravagant. But I feel the need for you guys to not look for some type of validation or approval, even if you kind of want it. Maybe this is what you could have dealt with in the past growing up, and this is what your inner child has. You've healed this. You no longer are looking for external validation. A lot of you guys know your legacy, your purpose. You know that you're divinely called to do whatever you're doing, and you're going to be blessed. So it's almost like sometimes when you're shining, they like to throw shade because obviously they're not. So you might say to yourself, okay, if I'm shining too bright, put on shades. But some people put on shades and they act like they don't see you still. It's kind of that kind of vibe. I know that wasn't a great example, but that's the vibe I'm getting, y'all. It's kind of like once you do what you always said you was going to do, just put on your own shades. Like, you don't even need to see these people's reactions of you or care about how they are going. Like, it's something about you guys wondering or caring, do you have this support, you know, from this family member or this friend, or, you know, are you just out here doing all this alone? And I feel the vibe of like the nest, someone coming out of the nest, realizing they have to have their own back, they have to be their own best friend, be their own biggest encouragement, but they would like to know that they have a friend, to know that they have, and I don't feel like this is a friend vibe, it's giving me parent vibes. Like you wish you had a parent or someone who was older than you who could like guide you. Some of you guys are going to be needing to seek some mentorship so that you can definitely tap in with your life calling. You're definitely going to be needing some mentorship. Some of you guys don't realize you feel lost because you don't have the proper mentors or adults in your life that are like focused on their own set path, and they're giving you like the wrong advice. So that's why you're feeling like, why am I not getting out? So it's like some of you guys just need to listen to yourself, and that's going to lead you into the right mentorships. That's going to lead you into the right mentorship opportunities, or lead you towards a community and environment of people where there will be other like-minded individuals who I won't necessarily say are older than you, but give you that parent vibe as if they've done it already. Maybe some of you guys are just really realizing you can't listen to people who are not going where you're going, you know what I'm saying? Or even you can't really be bothered with the good things or the bad things people say to you who don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, who are not on your actual same journey. So that could even be some of the sadness, like realizing maybe one of your parents does care or is motivating you in the best way they can, but they don't really know how to, because maybe you do something that has nothing to do with what they were involved in when they were your age. So they're not really sure. This is also giving me the vibe of like a parent who wants to help a child do their homework, but the math is completely different than the math when they grew up. So it's like some of you guys are dealing with that. You're dealing with a parent figure who, some of you guys have parents that are trying to work things out with you, but you guys are on like your generation and their generation is completely different. So you're finding the gaps. But unfortunately, I'm trying to really work with these people who are, the guys where y'all have parents in your life, no offense, but like take the message and run with it, okay? Because the good thing is you have a parent. And I'm talking about you have a parent in the sense that you have somebody that you could say gives a fuck about you, okay? Enough to help you when you're doing bad or you're doing good. You know, like they don't take all your shit, but whether they're a parent, guardian, or a big bro, big sister, the people who I'm speaking about where you got somebody there, even one person, this message is for y'all, but I really want to get at the fact that, and make sure y'all send some love to the people who have lost a parent, have to have separated from a toxic parent, and they are right now trying to do all this by themselves. I am not saying that these people's pain is worse than y'all pain, because I do not know the significance or the spectrum of experience you guys are dealing with, or toxic femininity or toxic masculinity to what extremes. I do not know. You would have to directly contact me for your situation. So if this resonates in any way, shape, or form, cross watchers, y'all welcome. LGBTQ, I always fuck it up, man. We friendly in this bitch, okay? Switch and swap the energy. But I just want to say, if you are out there and you are parentless, meaning there is no one out there beyond yourself that you can actually call on when you are doing down bad, or you just want some love and support, I want to send you extra love and support right now and say that you are lovable, you are supplied and supported, and even in those moments where you feel like you won't receive support, it's almost like Spirit is saying you will. Okay, you will get back, or you will get everything you feel like you felt like was not given to you as a child. Or you are going to learn how to do this with yourself through you doing your own shadow work and not running, regardless if this was what you've seen your parents do, okay, from their issues or whatever. So it's like you might have been even wanting some support but not knowing who to go to, okay, because you want to make sure you're connecting with people who get it, basically, okay, who get it, who are in the battlefield, who have also done the work or are on their way there, okay? But it's like Spirit is saying, don't be so closed off. Don't operate out of fear. Okay, this feels like a masculine energy. There could be a masculine energy who maybe has not really had the proper nurturing, you know what I'm saying? Or a feminine who is really highly in her masculine energy. Because, yeah, okay, highly in her masculine energy. Okay, or you guys are dealing with this masculine energy, or this woman who acts very masculine, and it's because it's a protection mechanism. Okay, someone might really be realizing that someone has a avoidant attachment style, so they care about you, but the way they care about you, they will avoid you if they feel like you will abandon them or you will leave them in some sense. Maybe you guys experienced a lot of abandonment. There could be a lot of healing going on around that. But the whole totality of this reading is getting me to say that, like, it's almost wanting, it's just like I'm almost being called to say, like, if you don't have them anymore, you're gonna be okay. Like, even if your parents are not around, you decide you want to move. This might even be like a family thing, a community thing, and that's the parents in your lives. You could be breaking away from an old community, an old family group that maybe had some control over how you really believed in yourself, or maybe didn't allow you to fully tap into these gifts that you had growing up. You know what I'm saying? And now you are kind of like bittersweet about it, but you're not beating yourself up too much, even though you still want support, love, connection, intimacy, because you know that the people that you're meant to connect with are going to accept and love you for all of you right here. Okay, not half, not a little bit. Like, it's almost like you guys might be going through a transition. You know, even if you're a grown-ass adult and, like, you're having to get your parents to understand that, okay? Like, the certain things you used to allow, you cannot allow anymore. This might even be somebody who is a parent and you're dealing with, like, the OG grandma or grandpa or something. Like, you might be watching my reading and, you know, your kids could be my age or something, but you're still dealing with issues with your own fucking parents, with the grandparents. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said something happened with the generations. Each generation is passing down some type of wisdom, but each new generation is realizing some of that shit is not wisdom and can't come. It was just how we were using our survival. It was that's what I was saying. It was coping mechanisms. It was survival instincts. The way people were operating was just out of a hurt place. And that's why it kept a lot of energy stuck and people not really going as far as they want. I just feel like this cutoff is going to be it's going to be in your favor. There may be some friction. Maybe you guys decide to move. Okay, maybe you guys to do something that your family doesn't approve of, or one of your parents doesn't like. Maybe some of y'all are gay or lesbian, bisexual, whatever, and one of your parents is very homosexual. But there's just like, after the Sagittarius full moon, it's like, it's the end of the world. Do you really give a fuck? Do you really care? You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys might just be, that might be what's really finally happening. You might just be breaking away from the norm, from what seems okay, from everything you've ever been taught. And that might be the separation. Your family and your parents might be in your life, but you might be coming off like a completely different person because something in you has deeply changed. And with that star card, something in you has deeply changed. You can no longer be the person you once used to be. You are no longer that child. Or some of you guys have really done so much shadow work, you're no longer operating from like these triggers or the avoidant attachment style. Like I was saying, it could be anxious, it could be anything. You can, but navigate your love language and those different type of things, okay? And once again, if you don't know how to, reach out for a reading. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is like someone who maybe have grown up in the hood or grown up in a toxic environment or grown up with an extreme lack of support, but somehow you nurtured yourself back to normal. Okay, so you kind of like healed yourself, or you've been working with yourself so diligently that the type of work you've done, if you haven't gone to a therapist, it's kind of fucking, yeah, it's kind of fucking crazy. This is how I'm always feeling. People are always saying I'm kind of like a good therapist. Okay. Yeah, this is like divine guidance, divine support, and that's what I'm feeling. It's like Spirit saying like you're scared to let these people go, or what you've always known, or what you've always been taught. And once again, I'm saying this is a masculine energy. There's a masculine out here who is really, really struggling to really just accept that like they have their own beliefs. They maybe are like in a religious family and they do not agree at all with the way that they've been raised. This is someone realizing the way they've been raised, they don't agree with it at all. You know, and we've kind of seen this energy when I first started doing the inner child readings, but it's like serious. Like someone's like really not feeling love, even by their own family, feeling like they need to completely separate and do something different for them to feel connected to people, for them to feel like they're not alone in a big ass room, and they're realizing it might be that they might have to separate and do the very things their parents always told them not to do, and kind of step out into a different world and see things from a different perspective. So that's why it's like it's bittersweet, because it's like once you guys do this, you see success, but then it confuses you with this hangman, because you're like, it frustrates the family, or it frustrates this dynamic that you were kind of feeling a bit trapped in, or you felt bound to, or obligated to, you know, your parents or whatnot. Even though you're not obligated to no one, you don't owe nobody shit, even your parents. Okay, every blessing that we give, whether it's the generations down or the generations down back up to the people who birthed them, is a blessing of exchange. But truthfully, that's why they like to say family is thicker than water. You know, blood is thicker than water, because what family will give to each other in some scenarios, you cannot find that in regular relationships with strangers. But that's why they also say that blood is not thicker, then it don't matter that, I don't know if they say blood is not thicker than water, or it don't matter if they blood, all blood is not family. And that's also because sometimes people end up in situations where strangers come through harder than the family they've ever fucking had. You have to navigate what your situation is. But I feel like whether you're in close proximity and you have supportive family members that are just kind of getting the grips or working with you, or they're also on the path and journey, because maybe you have other siblings on this type of time as you guys, or you have an actual parent who's on this type of time, or you are parentless in some way, even if your parents are still on this planet, but you don't connect with them in any way, shape, or form. Someone's going to kind of like at first feel this friction, this fear, like feel like they're doing the wrong thing basically, and then they're going to tap into this star energy, aka they're going to get support, or something's going to happen to show them they're doing the right fucking thing, and this is going to confuse them. This is going to confuse you, because this is the reading I'm getting. I'm feeling a masculine energy kind of saying to himself, like, I thought when you did X, Y, and Z, this was wrong. I was actually watching this really amazing, handsome gentleman talk. I think his name is Seals the Man. And he was talking about why men ruin like their relationships, or that probably wasn't a title, but he was basically saying like why men kind of fuck up their relationships, and 5 reasons why. And the first reason, he said a lot of them have outdated ways of thinking, and they have to use this new way of thinking as they mature. And if they don't have the right mentors or people around them, like some men will grow up thinking like, oh, you want a girl that, he said one of the examples he said is he grew up believing, after someone told him, like an uncle or whoever, you know, somebody he's listening to that doesn't maybe have all the right advice, hasn't really seen this 10 of Pentacles in even their relationships, okay? He said it would create a lot of conflict because of the fact that he wasn't listening to his own intuition, and this would fuck up his relationships, because the man or whoever told him some advice would tell him shit like, oh, if a girl is mad at you, just buy her stuff and she'll just get over it, and it'll be gone. The issue will be dealt with. And it's like, oh, my music. I don't know why my phone is charging, but it is what it is. basically that's a good example. Some of you guys, some of you are gentlemen, you're men out there, you're not karmic dudes, you're really divine masculine, like doing your best work to not be distorted. And the problem, what you're going through right now is you're having to realize a lot of shit you grew up believing was a fucking lie, was ass backwards wrong, was not the way. And you might have been becoming very privy of all of these different ways to heal yourself, or therapeutic psychologist terms for different issues, and you started really understanding this toxic different things you're experiencing in your family dynamic, if it wasn't that toxic. But if it was, you're starting to realize like who you are outside of what you were taught. And this might be scaring you because you might be getting results when you were told if you go that path, if you go that way, you won't get any, and you are. So it's like, what do? Do you continue to keep going? Do you look for, oh, I proved you wrong? You know, that was the energy I was saying. Don't look for that. Don't look for that energy of, oh yeah, you were right, son, or you did do the right thing. Baby girl, because some of you guys, this was your masculine energy, needing to honor his own judgment, his own wisdom, his own forward way of thinking and doing things, and handling maybe even work duties, maybe going for your own business, and not listening to your grandpa and your uncle who never run a business and just have been employees. Or for my females, realizing you may have had an absent father figure in your life who was not emotionally intelligent and didn't know how to really, be there for you, and having to like navigate that with yourself, and realizing you must do certain actions to protect yourself and not to play around with your heart or your body, you know what I'm saying, so lightly, and to really tap into this maturity. I think that's what's scaring y'all, whether you're the feminine or you're the masculine. This is all about being mature, growing the fuck up. This is like someone's emotional age finally catching up with their physical age, because a lot of people don't realize when you are drinking and you are smoking at a very young age, you actually delay your development in your brain, or some shit like starts to kind of like I don't know if you want to say calcify or whatever, but by the time you start turning like 25, you're kind of going to like a solidification process. So everything you've been doing and on is kind of like locked in. And I just said it at 333. It was 33. Yeah, it's like kind of completed. It's like you're going through a completion cycle, and you should have like learned from your mistakes or whatever by then. And that's why when you turn like 27 and stuff, and 30, it's like Saturn return, and boom, bitch, you should have fucking been doing whatever you were supposed to be doing, dude, or whoever. Nigga. But whoever, okay. I feel like also you guys don't like to say the N-word. You realize that's a spell, and it can put you into certain victim mentalities and ways of thinking and believing about yourself. Even the BICT word, CTH word, you guys might be redefining that. If you want a cute way to redefine certain words, or you're doing some type of, maybe some of you guys are changing up your words. Yeah, something about how you speak to yourself, how you talk to yourself, because if you've never seen these examples, how are you going to be these examples? Some of you guys might be heavily into affirmational work, or needing to really listen to some affirmations to reinforce every very thing you never heard or seen growing up. Okay, some of you guys are really going to have to get into that. But this could be like all the work you're doing finally catching up to you, and you're finally integrating with it all, and you feel mature. So maybe where you used to feel very powerless when it came down to a parent, or it came down to an authority figure, or a family group or dynamic, and you may have just allowed them to kind of tell you should be doing this, and this is how you should be going about that, and just kind of interject their ideas and their way of thinking. Even if this wasn't work, you're no longer going to be experiencing that, because there's a force field of protection around you, and it's called maturity. You know how to run your world. You know how to get on your 1-2 and handle certain things, and this is being seen. And so the fear, or the scary energy, or unsurety, that was what I was feeling earlier, where it was kind of like someone was like, oh my God. You know when like the kid gets on the bike and they trying to like help the kid learn how to ride a bike? And that's what I was saying. Some of you guys had to learn how to ride a bike by yourself. I know I did, technically too. I really actually learned how to ride a bike by myself. Some of my family might say otherwise, but I did, okay? My daddy was not there. My mama was not there pushing me, okay? I might have got like one push from my cousin, but I had to figure that shit out by myself. Or my auntie or something. Some of y'all, you did have a parent who was helping you. But whatever it was kind of like this fear that you would learn how to get on that bike and ride it, and once you got on that bike and you learn how to ride it, you might not come back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying. Some of you guys could have even dealt with a little bit of some controlling parents. For some of you guys, it was just out of protection because your parents did not want you. They wanted to wait to see you get into mature energy to kind of back off. Okay, and even in them backing off, they feel bittersweet because they've been feeling like they've always had to be the ones, and maybe their needs were getting met, or some emotional fulfillment was being met by being this kind of like having this role in your life. It might have filled some type of void for their own personal life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was like living through you or feeling like powerful because they can tell somebody else what to do. I know this shit sounds fucked up, but you have to kind of, I'm feeling like some of you guys won't understand who you're a parent. Some of you guys you have almost been a parent, and some of you guys are parents, so you completely get what I'm saying. Some of this shit is toxic, I'm not gonna lie. I think you guys would have to be really looking at your intuition, maybe your journals, maybe your notes, to really see like, are you in a toxic situation with these family members, and is this maturity just kind of you needing to get used to this, and then you needing to get used to the fact that you're going to be listening to your own inner voice? Because if so, then okay, you know, shit, motherfuckers they're gonna have to just get used to it. They're gonna have to just get used to it. But I don't really know, because this is a lot. This is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to switch now and pull some cards out for more of the feminine energy, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay. I didn't really feel the need to clarify. But yeah, some of these masculines may have not even gotten into certain relationships or pursued certain career goals, or maybe some of you guys haven't done certain stuff, or you might even feel like you're getting certain parts of your inner child back, which is in your maturity is allowing you to take inner child dreams and turn into big adult realities and careers. Like some of you guys, your hobbies are turning into full-blown careers. Okay, and it's not like a joke or something, but it's like some of y'all really had to learn how to listen to yourselves. And once you did, you might have been scared because you might have been told, don't do that, and then you do that, and then that's the best fucking thing you could have ever done, and you see success. So it's kind of like something could be even healing around self-trust for some of you guys, listening to your own intuition. And that's why I was like, I don't know why I felt sad, or there was kind of like maybe there's resentment. Maybe for some of you guys, in your parents or whoever this is that you may have given all this power to, there could be some resentment as you start to listen to yourself and see these results, or this could be what you were healing, and you just needed to hear that. Like, why do I feel upset with them, but maybe they helped me, and they were a good parent, or they tried their best, but they were doing too much, or, you know, maybe some of you guys, you're like, fuck it, you didn't even have no one there, but you had a couple good people there, or who tried, you know what I'm saying, or still do, depending on your age, or if you're in college or whatever, and you start listening to yourself, you start living your life, you start doing what's making you happy, even on a tiny scale or a large scale. Some of you guys are traveling and like completely separating, and you're getting your happiness back, you're getting your mojo back, and some of you guys need to realize you're just experiencing resentment. That's pretty much it. You're just upset. They're feeling bittersweet about it, like, oh my gosh, my baby girl, my baby boy is finally on that bike, and they're not coming back, and they don't have to, you know what I'm saying? And wow, I knew they could do it, but fuck, you know what I'm saying? Now your parents gotta get on their own bike or car or whatever and go drive their life. But for some of you guys, you felt stifled. You felt like you couldn't do this for so long, and some of you guys, you could have done this a long time ago, but you might have given your parents that much authority or power for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe this was about traditions and religions and not doing your parents dirty and all this shit. And this is why you put up with so much shit and kind of like gave them the key in some way, you know what I'm saying, to your life. But some of you guys, it's resentment because even if this was a partner who in some way felt like they were your dad or they were your mom, or you kind of were in these type of relationships where y'all were like literally just raising each other, okay, doing each other's shadow work. But y'all don't have to do that. But in a healthy relationship, you're naturally going to kind of play these roles. But in an unhealthy relationship, it's just toxic, and you feel like you literally are this individual's parent, mom, like they cannot even take care of themselves. In a healthy relationship, it's balanced, and y'all know how y'all dudes be as we move on to the feminine energy. Y'all ladies, y'all know these dudes be so tough, and then you get in the bed and y'all be cuddling and they be the main ones like, oh my god. Be like, how were you so tough? Like, you were the biggest macho man ever outside, but like when they get into your intimacy or like in that closeness, they turn into a teddy bear and they just want to be cuddled like a little baby. So, you know, you'll know when it's like you guys are genuinely healing and they just want the softness, versus when it's like you feel like that's your son or your daughter, okay? Which also could be a reflection of what you were going through with your parents. Also, a lot of you guys, you need to know the reason why you also have resentment is if you had siblings. Some of you guys, if you had siblings and you felt like you had to raise your parents' kids too. In some situations, it was babysitting. You were just babysitting. You were an older sibling. Nobody was forcing you to do anything that no older sibling has to do. I mean, doesn't have to do naturally. In other situations, once again, you must know the scale that you're on. It's called parentification. Parentification. You were actually a parent, and you should be getting some gifts this Mother's Day or Father's Day. Some of y'all, this is why you're exiting, you're leaving, because maybe your brothers and sisters are finally growing up and you can go be your own young adult. Oh God, that was somebody's message. Yeah, as we slide into the female's message, I get it. Even though some of my masculines out there, y'all might have been the low-key dad energy too, or second dad energy too, even to your little sisters or little brothers. But parentification, okay? We got the 8 of Wands. This is more of the feminine's energy, but if you know, guys, if y'all resonate with this, that's your feminine energy that's healing or getting this message real quick. I'm gonna kind of go quicker on this side. I'm gonna go quicker. I've been really trying to do these readings quick, but I realized the inner child readings can take their time because I really want to get y'all, I want y'all to get the full message, while everything else I do, like Tuesday Tarot Tea is gonna be like this, and I'm gonna have my tea out, okay, y'all, and we're gonna go there, okay? And sometimes I might even have like a friend or somebody come up here, and we might just like talk about real life, everyday stuff going on in the world. But my little rant videos from now on, I'm gonna keep those real short. I'm gonna start keeping them like 10 minutes short, because truthfully, it'd be like one message I need to say to y'all, but it can't be no more than like 20 minutes, 15 tops, okay? Wow, yeah, this is my feminine. You guys are healing. So yeah, that's why I was feeling that mothering energy. A lot of you guys maybe feel like you wasted time, you wasted energy. Some of y'all feel like y'all was raising y'all damn parents. Some of y'all was, but some of y'all, you wasn't. You just realizing your mom or your dad, they're still a man or a woman who's just growing up just like you are, who just happen to have kids at whatever age they decided to. I am feeling forgiveness vibes. There's more like forgiveness, caring vibes from the feminine side. Maybe it's like that because you guys are just women, you know what I'm saying? Or you're tapped in more with your feminine energy. You're more on the feminine spectrum side with it. But not toxic femininity or toxic masculinity. Don't do that over here. That's why we do these readings, okay? But whether this is and also too, if these are not real issues that you're dealing with, with your waking parents, or your parents are not in your life, or you don't even talk to them every day, or you do, remember that these messages can always just resonate with your inner father and your inner mother in the work that you're doing with yourself. Okay, so for my masculine, some of you guys are just finally going to be listening to yourself, honoring your own inner child's voice, doing things that you never thought you would do, or doing things, listening to yourself, and you're seeing results from that after maybe kind of being told not to do that, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe feeling scared to really listen to yourself, because the only judgment or only like authority's voice you could ever hear in your head was your parents and their way of doing things, and you kind of like gracefully kick them out your head and stop allowing even your parents to live in your head for rent free, or your family or your community or whoever you care about, and they feel a way about it, but now you're happier, or you've moved, or you've made that travel or that change, or you're in that relationship, or you pursued the person you actually want, and shit is working out. So like they can't really say nothing, because now all they can do is basically take notes. My feminines, but some of y'all was feeling resentful because some things could have been like delayed or just hasn't worked, and now you're like giving your inner child back everything you could have feel like was taken from you. For my feminines though, I feel like you guys are finally honoring your emotions, okay? So if they be up here and then one day they be over here, and then you be mad, and then you be on your period, and then you be back to normal, you guys are gonna maybe if this was a father figure or a mother figure, you know, a lot of women are actually kind of raised or taught to not own their emotions and all of their emotions, and especially their anger, especially as a black woman. I'm not black, I am brown, but on paper I am black, you guys. You know what I'm saying? When I walk outside, people see me as African American. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But when, you know, some of you guys as women, you've been trained, and even as men, to turn your feelings off. Something about this is healing, where people are just starting to like just, I don't know if this is you guys to your parents, where you usually might hold back to a mother figure, to a father figure, and not express yourself, not say what was really on your mind with this 8 of Wands, moon card, not say what was really on your heart. And then it started showing up in your relationships and your friendships, where in some way you basically were kind of faking the funk. You basically were kind of saying everything's all right, and it really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So some of you guys are learning how to really control your emotions, regulate them, but also express them. Some of my masculines who resonate with this, you're starting to learn how to be emotionally available and know who to be emotionally available to, so that you don't end up in these kind of like paralyzed, stuck moments when maybe you've experienced some hurt, okay? Because I do see the 3 of Swords and Cups right under here, underneath this 8 of Wands and Moon card. Some of you guys are learning how to open back up after being maybe betrayed or hurt multiple times. That's why I was feeling that forgiveness. But a lot of my feminine energies, you guys are learning how to use your emotion as a guide, but realize you are not your emotions. You're not your feelings, you're not your thoughts, and you are not your experiences as well. There could be a lot of healing even around the sexual energy and how you express yourself, and it's just something about that, you know, where the masculines it seem more like beliefs. The feminines, it might even be like, dude, you just speaking up for yourself. You just calling bullshit out. You just saying, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't like that. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something about you guys just being like, no. And then it leads you guys into this whole new journey, okay? So, I don't know. Some of my ladies, you weren't even trained to say no because your mama never really knew how to say no. And your daddy didn't honor her no. Who knows, okay? Or your dad never knew how to say no. Maybe even to a stepmother or something. Some of you guys could have had step-parents, and some of y'all step-parents was great, and some of y'all step-parents wasn't, okay? But let's get a love card. Yeah, dating. You're going to be dating new people, Divine Feminine. Okay, if you like to be called that, or Divine Masculine, or inner, shout out to all my inner mothers and inner father healers, okay, or people who just know that they got masculine, feminine energy, and they got to balance both of them. But, okay, for all of my precious, beautiful ladies and, you know, amazing soul group feminines out here. I had to say divine feminine because that shit just slipped out my mouth, okay? Because that's just how it was. Maybe even too, like, you were not respecting yourself or showing up saying how you felt, and it kind of was like taking away your like power, or like who you really are, your divinity. Like it's almost like something you weren't doing was almost like taking away from the truth of who you really are. So like you also could be getting respect. You could be getting okay, wow, this got weird. You could be getting apologies and respect for things where you put your foot down in the past, where you did speak up, or you did say something, or you didn't allow some type of disrespect or some type of energy to take place behind your back, or whatever you saw growing up. For my ladies, you guys stop allowing that shit. And it's like, maybe when you were going through it, you were abandoned, you were treated like, oh, whatever, you're just acting crazy, or you're just emotional or hormonal. Now you're going to be engaging with people who respect your feelings and really understand why you're acting the way you're acting and doing everything you're doing. They're not even emotionally available, but they're also emotionally receptive. And you could, it's almost like because you guys cleared this energy out and you decided to walk on this new path where you're like, look, I'm going to be all of me hoes and bitches and say what I want and do what I want, or you guys can just suck my butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said I was not gonna curse, and I'm just saying all of the damn swear words like a damn sailor. It's like, because you just went ahead and owned this, you could even be dealing with some resentment too about like holding back on how you want to express yourself, how you want to dress, how you want to look, how you want to wear your hair, what, like defining yourself as the beauty standard. It could be so many different things for my feminines, but you were tired of being formulated and shaped and molded and told, oh, the only way you'll be loved and accepted is unless you kind of fit in this way. It's like you're gonna finally start to attract partners who just like you for who you are, friends who just fuck with you for who you are. Maybe you might even start a new trend in your family or in your friend group or your community, or even with your parents, to be more expressive and to just be yourself. And like whatever they was taught, you're gonna have this healing influence, even from my masculines dealing with it. Or you might not realize, or you might just be getting your credit. Remember I was talking about the parentification, your credit. You're kind of like, wow, you made such a helpful impact when maybe you didn't really get that when you needed it growing up, or when you needed it when you were pouring so much into these relationships. And it's because you guys are pouring into yourself and doing that shadow work. It's showing you like, wow, I actually been on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I actually deserve whatever it is that I want, and all of it is I want, and I'm worthy of it. It's like you guys are opening yourself up and realizing you're worthy and you're capable, and you will not be kind of made small anymore. And it's because you're doing that you're attracting partners or people in your life, or even people who are already in your life are healing because of this. They're healing because of your healing presence. You know what I'm saying? That maybe you're just becoming aware of is really what I'm seeing here. You're just becoming aware of the power of your no, the power of your voice, the power of when you decide you will not tolerate something, or you will. You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys are realizing, yeah, you allowing certain things and you not allowing certain things kind of put you in the power position in the end. But maybe while you were going through it, you felt like you're just being beat up, treated like shit, whatever and stuff like that. But it's like, it's almost giving me this vibe too for my ladies. Like, if you were just, even the guys out here who you very emotional, but people try to play on your emotions and manipulate you and whatnot, it's like giving me this vibe like where you used to be closed off, or whatever you were scared to do was the very thing you needed to do to make you feel powerful, or make you feel like alive again, or make you feel like things are worth it. And when you did that, all of a sudden you got respect. All of a sudden, maybe these partners or your parents or whoever you were dealing with are like, oh my gosh, you are doing it the right way, or you have always been supportive, or thank you so much for helping me in this way, and I didn't even realize I needed that help. You know what I'm saying? There's some type of forgiveness going on, you know what I'm saying? Or you might even be forgiving people, but you're learning that, like, wow, I can forgive you and thank you for that lesson, but you really are not allowed back in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like somebody's not just learning the lesson, but they are owning the lesson, and maybe teaching it as well if you're into tarot or something like this. And because they're doing that, it's so attractive. It's so attractive, you guys listening to yourself, even for my feminines, honoring your emotions, honoring your moods, honoring that gut feeling, even when you feel like you feel crazy. To the right men, you are not fucking crazy. To the right people, you're not crazy, you're just intuitive. All right, you cannot be controlled. You are difficult to be. Okay, you're not difficult. You're just difficult to play with. It's that type of vibe. But this is someone really owning that and no longer being scared of who they lose or what they no longer get to have. If you guys had to move or you had to separate, this is someone no longer scared of what might be lost in this transformation. And because they're no longer scared, they actually kind of run into everything they thought that they would lose. So you could have had to walk away from partners or a partner in your past or a person you really cared about because they did not respect you. But then boom, a better partner comes in who does. Who really does, and shows you what the hell are you wasting your time trying to teach somebody how to treat you, and they don't even treat themselves correctly. You know what I'm saying? If this was a parent though, it could even be like you finally stop dealing with this parent, or you tell this parent, look, I'm going to relate to you in this new way, and then boom, like something within your inner child heals, and then something in their inner child heals, which has them come back to you and kind of like say like, how can we work on this, or how can we deal with this? But it's still up to you to figure out if you want to heal that. Or some parents, it's because you decided you wanted to live your life a certain way, you actually create like a healing path for them to take to meet you at this new level. Okay, but it's something about you guys finally putting your foot down and taking a stance that brings in everything you want. And you might have been like so scared to do this, so scared to say no. Maybe you're even saying no to some offers. Okay, but it's almost like whatever you were scared to do, that was what was needed for you to get whatever you desired. You know what I'm saying? If it was respect, if it was loyalty, if it was self-trust, if it was some type of healing, I'm sorry from your parent, it's almost like you have to give it to yourself. And once you give it to yourself and kind of understood this person thing may not have it to give, it comes in somehow. Even if this is like a partner who is actually emotionally available and in tune and intelligent and is healthy and is doing their own work, or even a friend or even a part of you heals, that is more comforting. And this partner comes in and maybe you have certain issues with your parents, but because you also, for my ladies, decided to do something different for yourself, to decide to listen to yourself and does not keep allowing people to control y'all or play off your emotions or play off your care or how forgiving you are, guess what? You end up getting a partner who can respect that. A partner who actually does kind of maybe say, hey, baby girl, and treat you very right, but they don't act like your dad. You know what I'm saying? Or like they got to baby you, but they still treat you how you're supposed to be treated. Or you manifest, healthy female friends or masculine friend, male friends or guy friends, and they really got that real home safe, sister or brother energy. But it's because you respected yourself and you decided who gets access and who does not. And you might have been scared to deny access to certain people, even your own father or your mother or your brother or sister, if they are not doing the work to meet you where you're at. You know what I'm saying? But it's like once you actually do this is how people know how to approach you and what they can allow, what you are going to allow from them or not. So if they want to be in your reality and they want to be in your world, they have to step up. They have to do the right thing to stay in your life, and you as well. But this seems like you kind of are the example from my ladies, and the masculines are kind of following you guys' lead, which is what I kind of always say. The masculines kind of follow the feminines' lead, but the masculines kind of put it into action, and then the woman kind of comes in as well, and then lets the man lead in a certain way. Maybe this was even something that was healing, where you didn't want to trust any dude, or you didn't want to let any guy lead, or you didn't want to submit in any kind of way because you never seen a healthy toxic. Oh yeah, healthy toxic. You never seen a healthy masculine in your life or something of that nature. But then you heal it within your masculine energy, and then you start to see it, and then you're like, oh, my father taught me this doesn't exist, or my father taught me certain examples, or the men I grew up around, my uncle, my cousin said this how he's supposed to treat you, or they showed me this through their actions. But this man doesn't treat me like this. He treats me completely different. You know what I'm saying? And it resonates with you because you know how you've been treating yourself, or at least relearning how to. Some of you guys might finally get into a relationship, or you might even go for a career, okay, that maybe even career-wise, I'm hearing for some of my ladies, you're doing even better than the men who helped raise you. You know what I'm saying? But there are, I will say, there are certain things that have been done in society to make that a thing where women are supposedly doing way better than men now. It can never just be equal. But I'm gonna get off of that. Anyways, yeah. Some of y'all, the bittersweet feeling is some of y'all, your father, or the men who helped raise you, or an ex, you know, a toxic ex you were dealing with for so long, for a long cycle. You finally close the cycle out with them, and you start to date men, or date someone, or someone comes into your life that really wants to court you and is taking you seriously, and they're taking you serious, you're taking them serious, and they treat you like how you always deserve to be treated. They treat you amazing. And the bittersweet feeling is like, you might, for my ladies, you might even have some resentment. Even for my ladies, some of you guys may have been listening to mother figures or feminine energies in your past for so long, old friends and stuff that you used to resonate with, and you're cutting yourself off. Whatever it's business or it's love, somebody's seeing also on the feminine side, wow, real love does exist. Healthy men are real. There are good men out here. Like, somebody's being reinforced in real time. Maybe this was the masculine. The masculines could be coming into the female's life, or this is just y'all doing this work with y'all own feminine and masculine energy, and somebody else is getting this energy from you because you've been doing your own work with your own inner mother and father. You go out, anybody who's watching me, if you go meet anybody else and start talking to them, or you're close to me, this is how you're going to do people. You're going to surprise them. You're going to be that one person to show them to have hope. And if they're willing to do the work with you, it's going to be beautiful. Okay? You're going to be a part of the heal people. No longer will you be a part of the cycle of hurt people, and therefore you will be also helping other people get into that heal people cycle, and which breaks the curses from all that toxic masculinity and toxic femininity that a lot of us seen growing up, and that has now become trendy and cool, which is just us being people liking to be fuck boys and fuck girls. Who likes that? What's the point? So some of you guys, your resentment, it might just be maybe feeling a bit held back, or literally isolated from my feminines, or maybe literally not told you were beautiful, or whatever it was. Your resentment could be in a different way, where you could feel like you listened to everyone else and you might have missed out on someone special, or you didn't work something out, or you didn't believe you were worthy of something, when the whole time you were, but no one else was that example. So how could you know that was possible for you until you stepped up and did this work with your own inner child and started asking your inner child or your inner mother, what was the wound, what was the issue, why don't you think that you can have the things that you want to have? And you started realizing, oh my gosh, I can, and then it comes in. You did that shadow work. And maybe the bittersweet energy is like a father or a mother who has kind of been, or a friend or an ex who kind of was playing on that insecurity that you had a little bit, or getting away with kind of dealing with you however they wanted to deal with you because you didn't know your value quite yet. And then something better comes in that they know you truly deserve, and they're like, oh my gosh. They really put their foot down. They really said no, and now the thing that they want is coming in. You know, what am I going to do? How are they going to look at me now? And this might be what they're saying to themselves. Like, imagine if you always treated somebody like shit. They don't know you're treating them like shit. And then they get around good people. And then they realize that person, the person who was treating them like shit, is not shit. But they thought that they were like the best person ever. Some of you guys, this is how you looked at your parents. This is how you looked at your mentors or a friend or a specific mentor. It's like some of you guys, I'm really getting like a large message. What you thought was okay, you're going to be like separating from and no longer accepting. Because you're going to realize like that crap is wrong. It's demonic, or it's toxic, or it don't lead to nothing good. I just did a video about that the other day, about infidelity, and how no matter what type of third party scenario connection you're in, if you know it's a third party, like you got improved signs, you know it's a fucking third party. Like, don't stay in that, because you're going to be a part of the problem. Okay? Some of you guys, this is why you did open the door back up to these old relationships, and they might feel away because now somebody who's actually worth your time is coming in. Some of you guys may even get into a relationship or a connection that your family would tell you to run from. Maybe this person is a different religion, or they have a certain background, or they live their life a certain way, or this was you. They tried to keep you separated from your true heart's desire because they never seen that shit before. They were told this, they were told that, and then you just kind of went with it, and then you stopped. And now somebody's coming in that might be completely like what you would normally, what your family or whoever you grew up around would tell you, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen this and I think that. I remember when I studied abroad, everybody in my family, all my friends said something about what studying abroad was going to be like, but none of them had even left the country. And my experience was one of the best experiences of my life. And everything that they said, literally, I don't even remember. And it was none of that. It was none of that. Some of you guys are going to go for an opportunity. You might travel, you might do something, and you're going to realize everything that they said, it was none of that. And you have to stop listening to people who haven't even tried. You know what I'm saying? Who haven't even done what you're trying to do, who are scared of their own success. So what do you think they're going to be, how do you think they're going to feel about yours? They might be terrified, especially if you actually do something that they've been made to feel like it's impossible. You turn this person, even if they're close to you, into a hater or someone who's going to have to be forced to be inspired by you. But they decide based on their spirit. 20. So subconsciously, Spirit wants you guys to really look at your vehicle. Some of you guys are going to get a car, but that's what I'm getting. Everyone's taking authority over their life. They're getting to the front seat of their life, and nothing's going to take them out. Not even their shadow. Not even themselves. And that's what I've always said since I was a kid. And this card says, do you know what direction you want to go in life? Do you feel in control of your life plans? Do you represent the car model in your dream? 20, Taurus energy. A lot of you guys, we was talking about this in one of my past messages about possession. Okay, and some of you guys feeling like your relationships were very possessive over you and controlling, and there was some element of you that wanted to free. I don't even remember that, but you're going to be releasing a lot of stuff. Maybe you might even be getting rid of a lot of baggage, things in your home, things in your car, cleaning out your car, cleaning out your path, your lane, so you can get to where you're trying to go, cleaning out the clutter of other people's ideas and thoughts and feelings about your truth, about what you're meant to do with your life, about which way you can go and can't go. And one thing I will say my dad taught me, if out of the few things he taught me, I love my father, but out of the few things he's taught me, he always said to me, Jade, when you get in, when you're in life, you kind of have to look at it like you can't let everybody in your car, because some people will take you on detours that lead you nowhere. But they always like to say too, people always say too, like, if you want to go fast, go by yourself, but if you want to go farther, go with others. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of you guys are going to be going with others because you're going to finally find along your journey, after you stop waiting around for people to change, for people to get on the same page with you, for people to listen to you or honor your opinion on the way you want to live your life, or you stop looking for validation or attention or support along this journey, this path. You're going to get in your front seat and you're just going to go. And you're going to find people along the way, and they're going to be going where you're going, and it's going to be worth it in the end. But right now, it might just be scary. It might be foggy. You might not know what the hell's going on because you're finally getting off of all this public transportation, which is like you not thinking for yourself and letting everyone else tell you what it is and what it isn't. All right? And how you guys can heal this energy, awaken. It says awakening. Your conscious is awakening. You are becoming attuned to the messages of the spirit in nature. Trust your psychic abilities. Sorry for the noise in the background, you guys outside. It says your consciousness is awakening. You are becoming attuned to the messages of the spirit in nature. Trust your psychic abilities. 47. This is 11, so this is Aquarius energy here, you guys. You're going to be thinking for yourself. You're going to be doing something different. You might even be rebelling a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it. So, sorry, I don't know why they're yelling like that. But I always say whatever happens in my reading is a great indication of what the reading is about. Why are they doing this right now? This is that hood shit. You know what I'm saying? It's that hood shit. I'm just gonna close my window. But that's what I'm saying. Even that vibe of the man kind of yelling at his kid or whatever they were just doing outside. I always say what happens in my reading is a great indication of what the reading is about. It felt like a kid, maybe, I don't even know what's happening outside, but I'm just intuitively picking it up. It felt like a kid taking authority over their life. Maybe like, I'm about to walk over here. And then like the parent gets mad at them, like, get your ass back over here. Like, this can't happen to you no more. That's not going to be happening anymore. You're no longer going to feel like every time you get on your way, something has the power to pull you back and be like, nah. Or people have the power to interfere and be like, oh, what you think you're doing? Where you think you going? Why you think you could do that? Or get your ass over. It's that toxic control. Maybe it was a masculine for a lot of you guys, or a feminine energy too. That condoned, that was controlling in a different way. Like, I raised you. You know what I'm saying? Or I made you. Because some women talk like that, or men talk like that to each other, or if they feel like they help each other. That's why I was like, be careful of that babying energy to your partner or whatnot. Because then some partners, they invest so much into people, and then those relationships get toxic, and then they're like, oh, I made you. Like, whatever you feel like someone's going to try to do, or someone from your past maybe feels a way about, it's going to have no power. It's not going to be able to touch you. It's just not. And you guys are going to awaken. You're going to tap into this rebellious Aquarian energy. You're going to do something different. Maybe get into a relationship, go for a business, travel, do some crazy shit. And you're gonna have so much proof that you're doing the right thing and that this is better and this was always the right way, that you're going to just look at your parent or look at this friend or this ex or just think about them and be like, the fuck was I doing letting them hold me back for so long? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's no one in our way. It's just us. It's just us. Some of you guys are definitely going to be traveling overseas. Sometimes it's just us. So let me get one more final love card so I can just see it collectively what we're all feeling. Yeah, the garden. You see the divine feminine? I felt the divine feminine at the time. Okay. Still that maturity. With the gardener, we're going to be really uprooting all that no longer serves us. And what we're going to be seeing is the fruits of our labor. Okay, but it might still be like a little bit of some last maintenance work that's being done, or this is what you guys already did, and you are awakening. And these grips of control that people used to have over you in the past, they no longer have. Okay, it could even be like people's opinions, and these people might be your friends. Okay, it might not even be your parents. It might just be your friends, and you listening to, or coworkers, or your boss, and you need them to just do your own thing already and say fuck them. Okay, like some corporation that you were working for that it's not even in alignment with your purpose, and you're just like going with the flow and letting them change you into someone that you're not, and then you all of a sudden come into like this whole new world when you just accept like, I am who I'm gonna be my own boss, CEO, fuck y'all, I'm leaving this job, and then boom, you like come into another grand beautiful opportunity. Okay, where you can be authentically and fully yourself, and your team or your coworkers or your new friends or whoever, or your current friends who have actually been riding with you this whole time, they're like, duh, yeah. And complete support. Because they get it, because they've also probably been on they've been on that same journey. They've also been out in the field, in the trenches, doing the same shadow work, so they see you. They don't need you to wait on them because they got their own vehicle. Okay, they like, meet me somewhere. Meet me at the awakening. Okay? Some of you guys, you might not realize your awakening is so inspiring. Some of your parents or your friends, the ones who didn't really want to do the work, they're going to be coming back around. They're going to be like, yo, I'm ready to awaken. I'm ready. But it's still up to you to decide if you're going to allow them back in. And if you are, to make sure that the way you allow them back in is in alignment with you being your fullest and greatest self. You're not hiding anymore. You're not being in the shadows, and you're not, pretending or just closing yourself off in any way to make them feel comfortable. Okay? Or make them feel less triggered because you know your worth and you know where you're going. It says some things that happen right now are unexplainable. So that can help you guys heal your root chakra, or if you're looking for an emergency message, just know that some things happen that are unexplainable. However these messages resonate with you guys, they resonate. Just take it. I don't really know how it will help. But after this, I'm going to get a therapy card and wrap this up. It says sex is needed but overrated but overrated if not with the one. So you guys may be celibate or thinking about going celibate, or not wanting to be sexually active within your love life because you feel like it's overrated if I'm not doing it with the one. And if you are even with the one, you might feel like why give it up if that's the one so soon? You know what I'm saying? If that's really the one, y'all should be able to confirm that before you go there with them. Because y'all going to have a whole life to live together, okay? It says, create the life you want. That's what I'm saying. If you want to be happy, tune into your inner child, or the solar plexus energy, or you're getting confused about who you are and what you're capable of. Remember, you are the creator, and you can create the life that you want. 2 cards came out. If you're thinking about money or your heart chakra or something that needs to heal, it says you are rich and wealthy and abundant. I was feeling family vibes. If you guys, you got to do some serious affirmational work, okay? Because something about you guys' family, or maybe your environment, has held you back financially. When you got a little money, somebody would always try to come in and take your money. It's something about you needing to clear out that shit in your environment, or you guys have done this work, and now you need to know as you move forward and plant those new seeds in your new garden. Don't be letting anybody just come in your garden, even your own family, and try to play with your money, okay, or friends or relationship. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be very abundant with these new people, or this new way that you're going to be setting the tone in your life and whatnot. And people are going to be respecting it, even your family members, even if they don't want to. It's called boundaries. Yeah. It says you are rich, wealthy, and abundant. It says, and that could be an internal thing that happens first for some of you guys, where you're doing like money mindset work, and then it's starting to manifest physically for you. Or you could be helping someone break out of some type of like poverty mindset, even your own family, which is really beautiful and healing. It says, yeah, because it says, it feels so good, doesn't it, when you solve your own problems? Something about you solving your own problems, that's what I'm saying. You awakening, you being like, look, y'all always be unhappy. I'm going to go do me, because no one's ever done this thing, and y'all always seem to get the same results of being happy. You lead to awakening, it helps other people do the same thing. Maybe it inspires your siblings or someone else younger in your family, or whoever you're connected to, people watching you to do the same thing for themselves, even if they do it in secret. There's something about you guys having people who are rooting for you as well. Maybe rooting for you to finally get the true love, get the career, get to wherever you're supposed to be. But it's like right now you're clearing up the resentment, or you're finally no longer resenting things, and just learning the lesson and honoring it, and allowing that to push you into this awakening, and just kind of being like, it's okay, I took those pit stops and I took those detours, but now I know where I'm going and I know how to get there, okay? And not look back this time, or have any unwarranted energies in the car with me that don't want me to go far, okay? It says you can literally speak this into existence, so be easy. Okay, that's what I was saying. Like, who you're around, what are they reinforcing? Are they reinforcing growth and success, or the opposite? And you still want to be patient with yourself and others. But I think you're gonna know who's worth it and who it's just been, it's the same thing, and they have to be their own savior of their own reality. Okay, and they can get inspired by you or they can hate, but it's up to them to do the work, because you're doing it and you're seeing results from it. And sometimes we know stuff, but we don't necessarily do better. Okay, but I feel like you guys are finally knowing things, doing better, and seeing the blessings from it. So keep living by your word. Okay, keep practicing whatever you preach as well, or whatever you resonate with these readings. Keep doing that work, okay? Because it's work. It's all going to be working, and it's all going to make sense why you're doing this, okay? Some of you guys may even get into a business or have a successful business or a relationship just because you did so much work, and now it's all making sense, okay? Where all that pain, you're finally going to get some gain from it. It said, like, you're realizing your pain was never in vain at all. Okay, it was literally preparation. Okay, so it says your feelings are valid, but don't get lost in them. Put them down. Okay, so want to put them down, because sometimes we get a little in there, you know, along the way. We get a little upset. You be in the car by yourself, like, I don't know, man. They're saying put them damn feelings down and keep on going. Okay, you can be upset, you can have that resentment and all that different stuff, but eventually let it clear out with this awakening. Let it naturally flow. And then it says, what makes you think that? Kill the doubt. What makes you think that? Kill the doubt. That's what I'm saying. Some of you guys, yeah, fear no thing and fear nothing. Okay, some of you guys used to just have unnecessary fears. Not even shit that you needed to actually fear, as if like you would be harmed. You just were scared to be you, scared to live your own damn life. I get it. And then you did, and then it was like, oh wow, I've been missing out on some, on this, on me, on maybe being with myself. Some of you guys, the relationship you've been missing out on is being with yourself, being authentically with yourself, for yourself, by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And completely happy. And maybe this is what brings in another partner, because you have peace with yourself. And then others, you know, it is a partnership, it is business. I don't know. I am feeling a bit of some jealous energies, but it's just giving me the vibe they can't really do anything, because when you just be you, that is your protection. Okay? It says you don't, and yes, it's, I don't like saying it because it's true. Even family, even people you think care about you can be jealous of you, even parents. So it's up to you to honor your discernment and what you're picking up, because there's a regular, like, okay, you can be a little envy, you know, but then you turn into inspired and realize that type of energy. And then there's like another one where it's like it's out for your life. Okay, so just know what you're dealing with. Okay, I don't think y'all are dealing with people who where it's out for your life, and we like them other readers where it's like they trying to do spells and stuff. I think it's just like people having to deal with that bittersweet energy that you're moving on, and they can't stop or block this progress, and they're gonna have to get on they want to. And then there's other people who are just been rooting for you, and they're just so happy that you finally took the leap of faith where you're doing whatever you're doing, which is giving them even more motivation to go for whatever they want to go for as well. But it says you don't have to be perfect to be lovable. Okay, you don't have to be perfect to be lovable. I might have just finally let that settle in. You guys, it's like truths about yourself that y'all are, you relearn and unlearn stuff, but it's finally, you're finally starting to act on it. It's one thing to know something, but it hits different when you start to actually activate it and apply it. Okay, and that's what I feel like you guys are going through, and that's why it feels so weird, and why you're like, oh my gosh, I'm awakening, what the hell is happening? I get it, I get it. Or these people are feeling bittersweet, like, oh my gosh, they're really, what the fuck? I thought they were just talking. I thought it wasn't that deep or that serious. And it's like, oh, I didn't know that they really were in that commitment, or I didn't know that that business was really going to take off. They didn't really believe, but now it's happening, and they have no choice but to like take notes and learn something from you. Okay, even if they are super close to you. Okay, it says don't focus on success or failure, just focus on effort and trying. You are a fighter, ever onwards. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's gotta keep going. Fuck it, ever onwards. And it says trying your best is all that matters, the rest will fall into place. I feel like you guys are beyond trying, you just did it. But yeah, this is where you maybe had to start. Down deep in them waters, deep in that, within different parts of yourself, within the subconscious, within even the mind, okay, and how you were seeing things. And then now it's like healing or freeing you emotionally as well with that heart chakra vibe. So yeah, y'all, I don't really think I have any more cards. You're so strong and smart, you got this. I think that's about it. I pull out a Goddess card just to be safe. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe that's how you guys are going to be feeling, because you're going to be getting into these healthy relationships, or this healthy relationship, or this healthy relationship is going to be getting established, or this business, whatever you're doing. It's like the ball's rolling and nothing's going to be able to stop, delay, throw you off, backtrack you, nothing. It's like that strong masculine energy is just set and the feminine is just creating it, and there's no, it's like something about setting the tone. You could even get into a relationship, a business partnership, or a business, and you finally are just like, this is what it is and this is what it's going to be. And it's like the universe just fucking respects that shit. Like, you set your limits. Shout out to Till Swan. You set your boundaries with the universe, with what you will and will not take, even moving forward. So it is what it is, man. It says leap of faith, take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Medicine woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. You're super healing, okay? Even if you were that big sister, big bro, or little big parent, peace. There's no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. And that's what I'm feeling. If you guys were like a little big parent or whatever, that resentment is clearing once you realize the only person you need to take care of or you're responsible over is you. Even if you have kids, the only person you really got to worry about is just damn self. And you're going to stop worrying about these other people, places, and things, and just do you. Because even one day when your kids grow up, they're going to have to figure it out. Even if you did everything that you could do and you gave all that you could give them, they're going to have to still go make their life what they wanted. Some people got $1 million parents and still want to be homeless based on the actions. Some people got crappy parents, and because they got crappy parents, they go be an amazing parent. And at the end of the day, you're blossoming. It says you are just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and don't give up. So that's all I have for y'all. I think that is pretty much the message today. That was a lot. I get it. That was a lot even for me. But I hope that you guys enjoyed that, and wherever you're watching this from, okay, you maybe just drop in the comment like, I'm in Atlanta, or I'm in, you know, CT, New York, wherever you're from. Let me know, y'all. I want to know. Maybe we can do like a thingy-mabobber. But yeah, the deck is going to be coming out soon, okay, the InnerChild deck, okay. The MFireTarot InnerChild deck, the original deck. I probably won't have another deck coming out around the same time. I don't know. But yeah, the deck is going to be coming out soon. You guys will be able to access that. Just please make sure you subscribe so you can get them updates, okay? So when I'm posting, even on my other page, you know what's going on, right? Because I be kind of vlogging on my other page and just showing my life. Yeah. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I don't really got no more messages. Sometimes I just sit here like, y'all sure I ain't got nothing else to say? I just love to talk to y'all, but I don't think so. So I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll come back later and do like a rant video in a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna have to keep them short. Them rant videos gonna have to be real short. And then Tuesday Tarot Tea, I want y'all there every Tuesday. It might start being bi-weekly again, but we gonna just say every Tuesday, okay? Tuesday night, around 10, 11 o'clock. It might even have to get pushed to 11. But Tuesday nights, just put my notifications on, y'all, okay? Bring your tea, bring your wine, and bring your fine self. We just did some amazing, beautiful healing. I want to say thank you for watching this video, okay? Because whatever you brought to the table, All right, I hope and I know it's gonna be all cleared out, and the person you're gonna come out to be by the end of the video is gonna be so beautiful, and you're gonna be like, thank you so much, JB, and I'm gonna be like, mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a good day. Goodbye.